welcome to This Week at Four Horsemen. I'd like to introduce the captain of our ship, Brain T. Kirk. And I'm our chief engineer. You may have heard of Scotty, but I'm Irish E. Anyway, what is This Week at Four Horsemen, Captain?
The puns never get better.
Won't stop. Can't stop, won't stop.
So This Week at Four Horsemen is the weekly show that we put on here on Tuesday nights to give you guys an upcoming idea of the events that we have and that we're putting on this week.
Right.
So whether it be Pokemon, comics, etc., we talk a little bit about each.
Yep.
And try and give you an idea of what events to make your way out to Four Horsemen Comics and Games to take part in.
We also talk a little bit about local events, other things that are going on in Morgantown and surrounding areas. So if you have a big event, why don't you get a hold of the shop and maybe we'll feature it on the show.
Yeah.
And we're going to start off this week like we do every week with new comics, and we have some exciting titles this week. First off, we have the second issue of Power of the Dark Crystal, which is based off of the Jim Henson movie The Dark Crystal, which I have to say is just like the most terrifying thing I've ever seen.
Really?
Skeksis, man. Skeksis. This is a limited run. It's only 12 issues, and we only receive a few issues of it every time it comes out. So if you're not subscribed, I do recommend subscribing. But if you aren't, show up early tomorrow if you want to get a copy for yourself.
One of the other comics we have coming out this week is Nick Fury #1. It's a new series featuring the director of S.H.I.E.L.D., played by Samuel L. Jackson in all the popular movies. So come out, grab that, and see what it's all about.
Yep, that looks like an exciting book. I might pick it up myself. Moving on, we have the newest issue of Batman. It's number 21. And this issue, the world's two greatest detectives, Batman and the Flash, investigate a blood-stained smiley face button that looks sort of familiar to me. I feel like I've seen it somewhere before.
We better watch out and keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, I can't quite place it, but I feel like I should. Anyway, we're moving on to the Four Horsemen Versus series. What is the Four Horsemen Versus series? It's our weekly nerd matchup that we post every Tuesday morning on social media. Takes two random nerdy characters, pits them against each other. We let the community vote on who would win, and then whoever gets the best gives the best response on who would win and why, they win 20% off their next purchase here at the Morgantown location. So catch us up. What happened last week?
So last week on the Versus series, we had Wonder Woman versus the Batosai, the Manslayer, from Rurouni Kenshin, the popular anime.
Great anime.
Well, the Manslayer had a hard time beating, and by a hard time beating, I mean he lost terribly to the DC Amazon Wonder Woman.
Yeah, it wasn't pretty. It's like, you know, all those kids, like sports movies like The Sandlot, or like the team of ruffians goes up against like the real guys who go to practice like every day and they somehow make it. Like, imagine that situation but in real life, and that's what happened to Kenshin when he fought
straight
Wonder
up dream crusher.
Just clobbered, like absolutely destroyed.
So this week on the Four Horsemen Versus series, we have Captain Kirk versus the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So this is a weird one. We have the lovable mutant pizza eating band of brothers versus lovable Captain.
Lovable's an interesting word, and I could go into that, but I'm not. So my interpretation of this is that Kirk is going to get destroyed. However, we have to give him some credit because he was able to defeat Pyramid Head from Silent Hill in round 1.
That's kind of impressive.
You could point out that he was paired with a crew of red shirts that somehow didn't make it to round 2. Maybe that had something to do with it.
Well, there are no red shirts here. He's fighting 5-on-1 here, so
yeah. Let's
just hope Master Splinter doesn't play a guest appearance.
No, I don't think Splinter is going to get involved because Splinter is actually in the event.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Actually, he lost. He lost in round 1 to Magneto.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he's disqualified.
Well, moving on past that, we have a bunch of Magic events, as we do every week here at Four Horsemen. We have the Four Horsemen Game Night, which goes through a rotating schedule between Legacy and Modern. This week it's Modern, so it's a $10 entry to come out and play. Bring your collected company decks, bring your Death Shadow Zoo. You can bring Tron.
We don't advise it.
No. Tron's real good, but still.
Looking at you, Mark. Sorry.
Come out and play. What do we have on Thursday, Ryan?
Thursday, we have our weekly Commander Night. We have a bunch of regular guys who come out every week and just jam a bunch of games. It's a great community. You should come out and be a part of it. It's every Thursday from 5 to 9.
So to keep the theme of Magic going here, on Friday night, we have our weekly events. At 6 o'clock, we have Standard. 6:30, we have Modern. Both events cost $5 entry. Come out, bring your different decks. We have a little something special going on right now. After the open house, the Amonkhet open house from last week,
which was a huge success.
We had a couple extra basics left, so we will be giving out not only the F&M promos, but the full art foil Nicobolas basics. So we will be giving out one of those each Friday until we run out of them. Yep. So come on down and make sure you're here so you can win one.
Just be another incentive to come out to F&M, and I do want to quickly say thank you to everybody who came out to open house last week. That was a great event. I'm looking forward to more of them with each new set that's released from Wizards. Also, one quick note, there will be no Friday Night Magic live stream this week.
Why is that?
We'll find out in just a few minutes.
Well, while we're waiting for that, this weekend is also the Amonkhet pre-release. It runs from Saturday and Sunday. We have events start on Saturday, right after Friday Night F&M. It starts at 12:15 a.m. This is the big midnight event. And then after that, at 1, 5, and 9 p.m. on Saturday, we will have additional events. Well, what about Sunday?
On Sunday, our first event is at 1 p.m. It is the Two-Headed Giant Sealed event. If you're not familiar with that, it's where you and another player work as a team. You get to share a sealed pool, so you get to share 12 booster packs among you to create 2 decks, and then you play a series of 2-on-2 versus matches, just like you would a regular 1v1 in a regular tournament. That's 1 o'clock. And then at 6 o'clock, we have another after-hours event that's just a regular sealed.
The Two-Headed Giants are a lot of fun, so come out, bring a friend, bring a buddy, and play. If you don't have a buddy that can make it down with you at the same time, there are probably a bunch of people that you can team up with. They're really popular events.
Yep.
So just to go on along with that, all of the entries to every single pre-release event is $30. Mm-hmm. They all will include a little packaging box that has become the Wizard standard.
Yep. That
will come with 6 booster packs from the new Egyptian-themed set. And probably a dice in there and
foil promo.
And a foil promo.
Yep.
Yeah. So those are some cool reasons to attend, but we also like to spice things up a little bit and give you guys additional incentive to come and join us at our pre-release events. Ryan, why don't you tell us about some of the special things that we're doing this week?
The first thing that we announced last week that every single person will get when they sign up for any pre-release event at Four Horsemen Comics and Gaming this weekend is you'll get to reach your hand into this great big garbage bag. You're not playing in a pre-release event. Great big garbage bag of booster packs and pull out 2. And there is a large variety of Magic sets in there. Let me tell you what a large variety.
There's EMA, there's Modern Masters, there's some from recent sets that are standard legal as well.
Well, there weren't any EMA, but I'm going to put at least one in there now. So we also have our Amonkhet, I hate you, our Amonkhet pre-order package for $120. You get a booster box of Amonkhet upon release. You get free entry into Friday Night Magic this week, free entry into any one pre-release event, and you get 20% off of singles from this Friday to this Sunday, and all of that for just $120. It's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
And then we're also going to be featuring our Star City Games exclusive Almond Kitty playmat. We'll be giving away 2 of those at every event, 1 to first place and 1 randomly. And it's a pretty awesome, pretty cute, pretty unique playmat, so we definitely should stop in to get that. And finally, we have a new event, a side event, as you will. Anyone who attends the midnight pre-release here at Horsemen Comics and Gaming will get to challenge our own local Egyptian god, Ronmankhet the Bald, to a pack wars. And if you defeat Ronmankhet the Bald, god of the herd, because horses get it, then you will get your name into a drawing where you can win an exclusive, one-of-a-kind, never before seen, only here at Four Horsemen will you win this playmat.
Let's go to that artwork.
Yeah, let's premiere this beautiful artwork. Oh my god, that looks like crap.
I don't know, Ryan. I kind of like the bold outlines, the vivid imagery.
I'm going to kill Ron. So in the spirit of the Amonkhet invocations, I think a bold design choice was made, and perhaps the follow-through wasn't great. So we're going to send Ron back to the drawing board, and you can tune into our social media this Friday to see the real one-of-a-kind design of the Amonkhet the Bald playmat. And now we're going to bring in our Pokemon TCG tournament organizer, Brian Strakel. Hello, Brian.
Hello! And hello, internet friends. It's me. How are you, Ryan?
Better now that you're here.
Oh, that's so nice. So, it's about time that we talk about Pokemon.
Pokemon. Gotta catch 'em all.
So, Ryan mentioned earlier that there will not be a Friday Night Magic stream.
Yes, why is that?
That's because...
I need a day off.
Yeah, well, partially. This Friday will be the Friday Night Pokemon live stream.
Ooh.
So, since we've been riding this upward rising current, we've had this huge surge in attendance at Pokemon events. We've had a huge surge of interest. So let's keep riding that wave up. Let's keep doing cool things. And it'll be great to reward our standard players with a fun live stream. Plus, there will be some exquisite prizes.
Yeah, and I want to take this as a moment to just call out Brian and also Dane Lumen, who are two of our local Pokemon players who organize our tournaments. They have done a great job capitalizing on this renewed interest in Pokemon. In the past 6 months, by far, hands down, has been our fastest growing game. If you have any interest in the Pokemon TCG, now's the time to get in, now's the time to play, and this is the guy you got to talk to.
And especially if you're a new player, you want to come out on Saturdays, because that is our Pokemon League. It's designed specifically to be more casual, and especially for new players and kids.
Right. Do you have a lot of parents that come in and bring their kids?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And my favorite thing to do is to get the parents interested as well. Not because it helps sell more Pokemon cards, but it gives...
Which it does.
It gives you that little extra thing that you can do with your kids. It helps... Number one, it helps them work on mathematics and reading. And it gives you a fun little activity to do. They can, sit and organize their binder and,
My two stepbrothers... when they were young, they learned to read because they wanted to play Pokemon games. Like, they saw me playing, and they're like, oh my gosh, I want to play this. And I was like, well, you got to read. And they're like, we'll do it. We'll learn. Gauntlet down. Let's go. It's great. We have a lot of kids in here every Saturday. It's a great event. I can't say enough good things about it. But you have some more stuff coming up.
Well, yes, we have an incredibly stacked weekend of Pokemon.
Yeah.
Friday Night Pokemon on Friday, of course. Pokemon League on Saturday.
Oof.
Then
there's more.
The Spring League Cup on Sunday. This is a premier event. It's a $15 entry. However, top 8 will be receiving special promos in the form of a nest ball with a little stamp on it, as well as a champion playmat with Decidueye on it. He's firing a little arrow. And there will be a cash prize to be announced. We need to figure out the prize structure with that, but there will be a cash prize and it'll be fantastic.
So you guys don't have like a champion playmat that has like Ron in like a Pikachu outfit or like with an Ash Ketchum hat going like that or anything?
I just get a box in the mail from the Pokemon Company and they tell me what to do and then I do it. But I will send an email to them and I might, that might be a thing that happens in the future.
Because if you just tell Ron, hey, we want you on a playmat, he'll be like, oh yeah, I'll do that. To-do list done. Yeah, Ron, I'm not going to leave it alone.
I almost forgot. The next Saturday after that. So we have
this coming weekend.
Right. We have a stacked weekend coming up. Then on the 29th of April, we have the Guardians Rising pre-release. Now
Is that the new set?
The new set, yes. It's the Sun and Moon, the second set. And I am so incredibly excited about it.
Yeah.
There are great cards for collectors. Ooh. There are great cards for competitive players. It'll be a lot of fun. It'll be a sealed event for $30. And regardless of how many games you win or lose, you get 4 packs at the end.
Awesome.
So
I love the participation prizes at pre-releases. That's what I'm all about. So we've got a lot of great Pokemon events. You're going to want to make sure that you catch them all. And we're going to bring Brian back. And we want to say a big thank you to other Brian. And whoa!
I grew hair.
Picard just became Riker. Oh my gosh. All right, I need a minute. You talk.
So, we don't just have Magic and Pokemon coming up. We have a couple other events. We have HeroClix, the early X-Men OP event. It's Wednesday at 6:45, so tomorrow at 6:45 with a $5 entry.
Yep. And then on Thursday, we have our weekly X-Wing night. If you're interested in learning to play the X-Wing miniatures game, it's a good night to come in. And if you're interested, we can set up a demo for you. Maybe call ahead or send a message to the Facebook store page, and we'll set that up.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. This weekend, again on Saturday, we have a lot going on Saturday. But this weekend, we have the Pathfinder Society. So kind of similar to D&D. It's a role-playing, leveling up, character development, fighting, battling game. So come out, but make sure to get here a little bit early. So again, it starts at 11:30 because seats tend to fill up very quickly. We have a limited number of DMs and a limited number of people who can.
I think we had 3 full round tables the last Saturday. We had Pathfinder Society.
A lot of fun.
Yeah, and this Saturday we have so many events. So if you want a seat, make sure you're there at 11:30. Also this Saturday at 12:15 p.m. we have a Star Wars Destiny collectible card game constructed event. Entry is $6.
Again, going with the theme of Saturday here, we have an Ashes constructed event. So Ashes is a living card game. So come out Saturday at 2 p.m. It's a $5 entry and play our game.
What is a living card game?
So a living card game is similar to a TCG card game, as in you collect your cards, but living card games, they just keep adding to them.
Mm-hmm.
So like you get your cards, and then we add more cards to it, and you just keep playing as your full format.
So I think the way that it differentiates itself from a TCG or a CCG is that you buy the cards as one collection, as like a box set, instead of buying randomized boosters.
So it's similar to like Netrunner is another popular living card game. So.
So if maybe you like playing card games, but you're a little frustrated with Magic or Pokemon in terms of like actually doing the footwork and spending the extra money getting the cards, maybe look into LCGs. There's Ashes, Netrunner, Star Wars, Game of Thrones. Lots of great ones to check out.
Come check them out on Saturday.
Yep. Moving on to another great card game. This Sunday at 2 p.m. we have the Dice Masters Deadpool Draft. It is a $15 entry fee.
Don't forget about International Tabletop Day, which I believe is next weekend.
Yes, it's a week from Saturday.
It's a week from this Saturday. So not this Saturday, but a week from next Saturday. I believe that's the 29th.
Right, that's
so
correct.
Come out. There's going to be a bunch of different people demoing a variety of different games. So if you've seen a game on a shelf, but you're a little hesitant to spend the money, come out and see if you can get it demoed and play it a little bit, test it out.
Yep. And now we're going to move on to our newest feature on This Week at Four Horsemen, the Four Horsemen mailbag, where you, the community, send us questions to read and answer on the show. You can send them to us via Facebook, Twitter, or any of our other social media. And I had papers with 2 questions right here, and now they're gone. Do you remember? Okay, I remember. Okay, we picked out 2 questions, one that I felt like Brian could answer well, and one that he felt like I could answer well. We're going to go ahead and ask you the first one. We had a local man by the name of Daniel who sent in asking, what is the best way to get into tournament magic?
So tournament magic can mean a lot of different things. It could mean showing up to F&M and playing in just the 4-round events there. Another good event that you could play in are the pre-release events that are going to be this weekend. A few weeks down the road, we'll probably see the game day.
Yep.
It's a Wizard-sponsored event where you first place gets a nice, cool playmat. That's the artist selected by Wizards of the Coast. And after you kind of get your feet wet in those kind of events, maybe trying out a couple different formats like Modern and Legacy that happen on our Wednesday nights. Maybe try and get a hold of a couple friends and travel to a local Star City Games or PTQ or a regional PTQ that's nearby, and go try a little bit higher competition level, a little bit larger tournament. Have a little bit of fun with it.
If you're looking to get your feet wet with Friday Night Magic, I always keep an extra modern deck in my backpack that I can hand out to new players or maybe somebody who just forgot their deck. So if you want to try it out without spending any money on some cards, find me on Facebook, talk to me, or just come into the store and we'll get you set up and let you try the game out.
Yeah, just start with one thing at a time, and as you progress, you'll find different avenues that you want to pursue and fit you best.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the other question, Ryan?
That you were supposed to ask me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we had another gentleman, I can't remember his name. So his name is going to be John.
So what did John ask you?
John wrote in and asked, if I enjoy the Walking Dead television show, should I get into the comics?
Okay, that's an interesting question.
My initial response to that is, you don't have to. If you like the show, let yourself enjoy the show. But if you're really into the story and you're really into the characters and you want something that you can sink your teeth into a little more and get a little bit more of a bite out of, I recommend reading the comic books. I think it goes a little deeper on the sub-themes of humanity dealing with the end of times, knowing that they're no longer the top of the food chain on our planet, and how you deal with that, how you keep your humanity, your own personal humanity, and still are able to stay alive. I think that the comic books are something that you might want to check out. If you more casually like the show and you just think Michonne is super cute, because she is, oh my gosh. I'll fight Rick. Fight him so hard. Then maybe just stick with the show.
Yeah, if you want a little bit extra content, go ahead and check them out.
Moving on, we have our Horsemen of the Week feature. Last week we featured Ron, which I wish we wouldn't have done. This week I want to call out one of our local players. His name is Louis Newland. He plays Magic, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, several different card games. Louis showed up for our Amonkhet open house this past Saturday, and he was just the embedded spirit of what Wizards wanted this event to be. He was an experienced Magic player who showed up and wanted to teach new players to play the game. Every person who came out, he came up and said, "Hi, I'm Louis. I love Magic for this, and this reason, and I want to teach you to play Magic so you can learn to play the game." And I thought it was just perfect. And I wanted to say thank you, Louis. We love having you here at the store.
It's kind of hard to follow that up, but on another note, we do have a sale this weekend, or this full week. It's 20% off all toys, banks, and figurines. So come out and check out our sale.
If you want access to that sale, all you have to do is mention the show at the register. And I think that's about it for this week. Mr. Huffman, what do you think?
Yeah, sounds about good.
Sounds like you don't think much, but that's okay. I do enough thinking for the both of us. Make sure to follow us on every dark corner of the internet where we lurk. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/4horsemencomics. Follow us on Instagram at 4horsemencomics. Search for our YouTube channel, 4Horsemen Comics in Gaming. Follow us on Twitter at 4horsemencomics, and watch all of our streaming content on Twitch at twitch.tv/4horsemencomics. Brain,
Yep.
I have one thing to say to you. Top 3 Rugrats, go. You are failing me.
Yeah, I'm failing you.
Give me one.
Angelica. That's the first one. Pick her.
Alex, cut it. We're done.
Tommy.